everybody. Good morning. What's happening? It is Monday. Welcome. Well, I see that Dana Plato died. She was on our show Friday.
Died on Saturday.
Yeah, that was weird. We were the last ones to do an interview. In fact, the New York Post wrote up the whole interview.
Yeah.
Which is weird. See how bad I am at telling the people are drug addicts?
Me too.
I know. I was like...
Totally duped.
Jackie said her eyes were like saucers, but... I was like, gee, she seems pretty straight to me.
I was saying how good she looked.
How weird was that?
You just never know.
You know, that happens to us a lot. We interview people and then they die.
I know. We get a lot of last interviews.
We do.
Because usually people are coming in here to vindicate themselves for bad things.
Yeah. Man.
Turns out her friend was right.
I think Gary told me a whole bunch of people called and said, well, you guys killed her. I said, oh, really? How did we do that?
I sort of feel that way every time it happens, like, uh-oh.
We're jinxed.
Yeah. We talked to her.
We actually talked to her.
There were, I'm sure, a lot of people who talked to her between the time we talked to her and she died.
Yeah, I know.
But it'll be our fault.
Yeah, I always worry about that.
I was thinking to myself, couldn't you space this out a little better? Just for us.
I know.
We were bad to her.
So weird. We were hugging her goodbye.
I was thinking that, you know, God, she hugged me and now she's dead.
I know.
She was so alive and now she's dead.
Oh. What'd they say she did? Valium?
Valium and some painkiller.
Did she tell us she was on some painkiller? We did say something about wisdom.
She kept saying that wisdom teeth count when we kept saying something about a drug test because she was on a painkiller for wisdom teeth. But how long ago were the wisdom teeth taken out? 5 years.
Yeah, I've had wisdom teeth taken out. Man.
And they're saying that it seemed like an accident. Like she wasn't trying
to kill herself, yeah.
But how the hell much Valium and painkiller do you take?
A lot if you're in a lot of pain. Actually, the last person to speak to her was Marianne, our intern.
What?
Yeah. She was the last one to speak to her. Well, not the last, the last one from our show.
Here.
What'd she say to you, Marianne?
Hi, Howard.
Hey.
Well, I don't know if I was the last one to talk to her, but right after she left, she called on the phone because I was there Friday morning.
Yeah.
And, she was saying that the expo number was wrong, and I was like, yeah, I fixed it, I gave it to Casey, and she was about to hang up, and I swear to God, she was like in the verge of tears. She's like, I just want to thank everyone and say that I had the most wonderful time, and it was great, and everybody was so nice. And
yeah.
So.
Well, maybe we gave her her last good time. She thanked me, too. She said, like, it was kind of fun for her to get out and tell the public, so.
You guys didn't kill her. She had a good time. I mean, she was all excited and happy. And, so.
Or those could have been last goodbyes.
I don't know. It sounded weird, though. I mean, I thought she was really nice. I hung up the phone. I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, okay, just make sure I tell everyone it was wonderful and thank you.
She was kind of nice.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're walking.
Why do I always get fooled? I always think, like, I was like, hey, the woman says she's been straight for 10 years. Why is everyone beating up on her? But
you want to talk about what else that happened?
What happened?
Oh, no, we were just walking in the hall, and she was saying hi to everyone, like, hi, hi, hi. I was like, hi. Like,
she was friendly.
Yeah.
No. I meant about the hair.
Oh, her hair analysis, yeah.
Oh.
We still have her hair.
Oh.
She gave us her hair for a drug test, but obviously we don't need to test it now. She was, you know. Hey, didn't you have sex dreams about Gary or something?
Yeah.
Oh. How's that possible? That's even more impossible.
I know.
That doesn't kill you?
I had like 3 of them.
Oh, no.
You want him?
One of them, no, not at all. I don't know why they were happening. And one of them, he was like a chef yelling orders at me. And like chopping stuff up on a counter.
Wow.
And another one, he was driving me around in like a red convertible car. And then another one, he was in my room, like, and he was in my bed telling me to take my blue jeans off.
Oh, and you were digging it.
I guess so, but when I woke up, I was like, oh, my God.
Gary, you're quite the little sex symbol.
I didn't do anything. She's an intern.
What are you doing in a dream with an intern? All right, thanks.
Okay.
Later.
Bye.
Wow. Oh, well, Bowie, quite the sex symbol this morning.
Wow. Stalked in dreams.
My boff. Well, anyway, so that was weird. And then
Bowie.
I don't know.
No, the other part of the... Don't you remember what happened after she gave us the hair?
No.
You don't remember Gary came in and said she asked for it back?
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, that's when I knew she must have been on drugs. See, when we were on the air, she goes, I'm not a drug addict. And she says, as a matter of fact, I'll take a urine test. So Gary goes, okay, give us some urine. And she goes, well, forget it. I'm not doing that. She goes, yeah, I'll give you some hair. Because there's a test, evidently, you can take through the hair.
Right, but you have to send away.
Yeah. So she gave us the hair, and Gary was like, I'll go get this tested. And she was like, well, I want it back. And Gary wouldn't give it back. And
it became a whole big mess.
A whole big mess. But I think the hair glows in the dark.
You don't even need to test it.
I don't think you need to test it at this point.
Did Gary tell her she couldn't have her hair back?
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Then she took it back. It was a whole thing with the hair. I said, forget it. Oh, that was weird. Well, anyway, I feel bad for her. She was really very sweet and very kind of pleasant.
Yeah, she has a 14-year-old son.
That's another weird thing. Well, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Ugh.
That was strange.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to take a break anyway. We got a lot going on today, actually. I guess. Tons of stuff to talk about.
People are going to stay away from the show for fear that they'll die.
It'd be hard to get guests after something like this. Say, is that show jinxed? But they're saying that Different Strokes is jinxed.
It's the jinxed show.
Yeah, because Gary Coleman's had problems, and Todd Bridges, and now Dana Plato's dead. It's weird. Curse of Different Strokes. New York Post. The curse of Different Strokes.
It's so easy to get cursed by the Post.
And then even the Daily News. Sitcom curse. Mr. Drummond's still alive, isn't he?
He's doing fine. And Charlotte Ray, I don't think she's had any problems.
Yeah, the housekeeper? Yeah, I think she's fine. The 3 kids, though, man. Weird.
But when you look at, like the last 2 movies she did.
Yeah, they were porno.
Yeah, sort of. Different Strokes, the story of Jack, Jill, and Jill.
What was the story? The story of Jack, Jill, and Jill she did? And what was the other one?
They called it Different Strokes, the story of Jack, Jill, and Jill, and then one of those bikini beach parties things or something.
Jack, Jill, and Jill.
Jackie, didn't you finance that movie? Sure. I think Jackie was behind that. I don't know.
That's depressing enough to put you over.
All right, well, we'll read this whole article. And it even says death came just a day after denial. And they reprint what she said here on the show. Because she denied it to me like 20 times. And I was like, hey, she's obviously not on drugs. I mean, I never can tell when someone's on drugs.
We even had people, but, you never know if a person on the phone is telling you a real story.
I know.
And they said, I saw you all whacked out. And
I know.
Somebody else called in and they said, why are you speaking so fast? And
yeah.
Who knows what's going on?
Yeah. And then Gary said Paul Peterson called here. You know that guy from the Donna Reed show?
Yeah, the guy who takes care of Dennis the Menace.
And he was like trying to check in and see whether or not we had something to do with killing her or something. I was just like, hey, man, give me a break.
We went home after.
Yeah. We didn't party with her.
Never saw her again.
Yeah, and then that guy Brandon Cruz called, too, from Courtship of Betty's Father. All the kid stars are calling in.
What did Brandon want?
I don't know. I don't know what anybody wants.
Call us today, not on the weekend.
Yeah, why are you calling on the weekend? But I feel bad for her. She was very sweet, actually. Very nice. She was,
It looked like she was headed for, some happier times.
Yeah, she said she was living, where is she living?
She used to claim to be living in Oklahoma, but then they say in the paper she was living in Florida.
Oh. Yeah, I think we had a lot of...
And then she said she'd never go back to Los Angeles, but she was headed toward Los Angeles.
I know, we had a lot of deception going on, I think. I think I fell for everything. I'm like a dope. It's like, she goes, and I said, well, were you ever a lesbian lover, or no? I was like, okay. That's fine. All right. I don't know what's with my computer. Hold on. There we go. I am busy trying to get into it. I tried to open a TIFF file. I jammed the whole damn thing up. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Come on. Where are you? What's your problem? You're into computers, I thought. You're not?
Oh, what file?
TIFF. TIFF file. You know, one of those, Picture.
Oh.
You know. The article I wanted to read to you.
Oh, the Entertainment Weekly?
Yeah.
You don't bring the hard article, huh?
I don't have it. It was just forwarded to me.
Oh.
What, do you got a cold?
No, I have allergies.
Allergies? When did you get that?
Every once in a while.
Oh, please. What are you allergic to? Me?
No, pollen.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so greasy. I have a lot of molding mud in my hair, and it makes me feel very greasy. I'm very hitsed. Hey, guys, what's going on with this...
Molding mud. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Well, guys, what's going on with the air conditioning? Are we going to... Is this every day now? I thought someone was going to look into it. Hold on, let me give my computer my password. Some password I got. It's ridiculous. Thank you. All right.
In?
Okay, I'm in. Big deal. Like I got something to do. Peter, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, Howard.
Yeah.
Hi. I tried to get through to you last Friday because I really needed to talk to Dana because I hadn't spoken to her since December. I just wanted to let you know, yes, it's true that she did. She was a user.
Well, yeah, now you say it.
But
why couldn't you get through on Friday? I mean, what could you have done if you had?
Well, I just wanted to talk to her because I knew she was a little out of control, and I just wanted to try to see if I could reach her because we went out for 5 months last year.
Yeah.
And I just spoke to a reporter from National Enquirer last night, and I found out that during the period of time that we were going out, and, you know, she said I was the only one and that she'd never felt this way before and all of these other things. I just found out that she was actually seeing a guy who's now in Arizona.
Well, evidently she was lying about a lot of things in her life.
She was a good liar.
That's the biggest thing. She is a pathological liar.
Yeah, because she was looking me straight in the face, and exactly. I mean, not that she owes me.
Look into her eyes, Howard. If you looked into her eyes, tell me you didn't believe her.
Well, no, I actually did believe her. I mean, I'm dopey that way. I believe people.
But she lied about everything. I mean, like where she lived, what she was up to.
She was telling me at the end she had borrowed some money, and at the end of our relationship, she was telling me stuff like.
See, I always like after somebody dies, everybody knows everything.
Right.
But I'm like,
now they know.
I was sitting here with her. She seemed pretty normal.
That's true, though.
I don't like talking to him. He's irritating me. He talks over me. He doesn't listen, and he's going to tell me he knew everything. And what's he doing talking to the National Enquirer anyway?
He tried to get through.
Yeah.
But he got to the National Enquirer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, hi, Anthony. You're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how are you?
I did.
Just wondering, you think she let you take all the hair and the urine because she knew she was gonna do this to herself?
No, because afterwards she said, I want my hair back, so, you know.
She was planning to live.
No, I mean, you know, then I knew she was lying.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, then I knew, but during the interview I didn't know. Thanks.
Lower the name.
Everything is irritating me today. I feel greasy. Sorry.
Do you usually use this mud?
No. Sometimes we use a little bit. We're experimenting today. I'm itchy, and it's hot in here, and I got
no air in here at all.
I know. It's just dead. It's summertime, and that means we're going to suffer. And I'm so sick of it. I have to boycott. I'm gonna walk out.
A job action.
Yeah.
Strike.
I'm trying to ignore it. I don't want to whine on the air all morning, but I'm very irritated right now. Hey, Brian, you're on the air.
Yo, Howard, what's going on? You
Yo.
for something every week.
What was that?
You get blamed for something every week. Yesterday on WABC, the female host said that the Rocky Allen show should have a commercial saying, "We don't kill our guests. Come on our show."
What? Oh, God, you're kidding me.
I'm not. She went on and on. I can't think of the girl's name. It's not Laura Schlesinger. It's the other female, the Super Jew.
Oh, the Super Jew. I know who it is. The one who listens to me every day.
One who talks like this.
Yeah. She's making it. You know, but how come when she makes a poor taste joke, nobody condemns her? My father was saying to me, he says, you know, in Colorado where they condemned me, he says, boy, you did them the biggest favor. I said, what do you mean? He goes, that state legislature, they do nothing. They're completely incompetent when you read what they do about gun laws. He said, you made them look like they're doing something. You saved their ass. I said, I know. I know. Believe me, I know. Yeah, well, I don't think that's very funny, actually, what she said. But what can I say? I don't think anything that she says is funny. I've heard her show.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Later. Bye.
Later.
Man, that's weird. Yeah, I know, because Gary said right away Paul Peterson was calling here.
Like we did something.
Yeah, like everybody just assumed we did something. Actually, we didn't for once. But it was weird. It is weird after you interview someone and then they're dead. Yeah, we were the last sort of official interview. Joshua, you're on the air.
Hey, now, Howard, how are you?
Hey, now.
I was thinking about something.
Yeah.
The hair test.
Yes.
When you got the results back, it would have proved that she had had sex with Willis, Arnold, Mr. Drummond, and Miss Garrett.
Hey, now.
I don't know. I don't know what it would have proved.
Hey, now.
Doesn't matter now, though. Thanks. Another guy with a joke.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so here it is. Overdose claims ex-child sitcom star. Curse of different strokes. Drugs claim life of tragic Dana Plato. It was all downhill after she left her show. All right, here. Want to go into it?
Yeah, go.
All right. And then I got to take a break. Dana Plato, troubled star of the 1970s sitcom Different Strokes, died of a drug overdose just a day after insisting in her last interview she was clean and sober. Plato, 34, died Saturday night at the Oklahoma home of her fiancé's parents after taking Valium and the painkiller Loratab.
Never heard of it, that's right.
These are all prescription drugs, by the way.
Valium is and Loratab, yeah.
So they'll probably look into who gave her all these drugs. See, they never do as long as a doctor gives it to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so weird.
You know what? People can go to several different doctors and get numbers of prescriptions and, you know.
She's an addict.
All that stuff.
The death appears to be an accidental overdose. We don't suspect suicide more, Oklahoma Police Sergeant Scott Singer said yesterday. On Friday, the actress was in New York after an interview with Shock Jock Howard Stern, denying reports she was hooked on drugs. Quote, I have been sober for the longest time. Oh, it's over a decade now. No joke, Plato said on the morning radio show, her last interview before her death. Stern told her, you look fine to me. Boy, I look like an idiot.
She did look fine.
She really did. You know, I can never tell.
Like she was some falling down drunk or, you know.
Very perky.
Hey, I'll give you an example.
She certainly didn't look like a person on Valium.
I'll give you an example. The guy from Stone Temple Pilots, Scott Whalen, every time he's been on my show, the next day he's arrested for heroin.
That's right.
And I got to tell you something.
Usually he goes missing for several days before they find him.
I know, and I got to tell you something. Every time I've interviewed him, he appears as straight as an arrow to me.
And he always says now he's got the problem under control.
He does. And I always fall for it. When I interviewed Scott Whalen,
Did he disappear after the last one?
No. The last one, here's what happened. Here's what happened. The last time I interviewed him, he got arrested the next day. Because he went up to cops and said, I'm scoring heroin. He told the cops.
In some weird neighborhood when he was found, and he just immediately admitted he was there to buy drugs.
Yeah.
But a couple of other times, he's run away right after doing the show.
Yeah. Always. And I'm always like, whoa.
The worst neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs away to the worst neighborhood.
Best neighborhood to buy drugs.
Yeah. The worst neighborhoods are the best neighborhoods to buy drugs.
And every time he comes here, he does it.
Man, and I always look like an idiot. I can never tell when somebody's high. I'm telling you, I mean, Dana Plato was weird. Like, you know, she'd break into tears sometimes if somebody complimented her or...
Well, I had a conversation with somebody, and I said, it seems awfully weird because I've never seen anybody go through emotions like that.
Yeah. But we even still, me and Rob were like, she seems straight.
Could be that she just does that.
Yeah. A series of callers accused Plato of hiding an ongoing drug habit. One caller mercilessly taunted Plato as an ex-druggie, ex-con lesbian with mental health problems. A defiant Plato offered to take a drug test several times. Stern pulled out a sample of her hair. But, I didn't pull out her hair. She pulled out her hair. But backed off when his staff found out results from a drugstore test weren't immediate. I didn't back off. We just couldn't give you the results immediately.
Send it away.
Yeah. I'm tired of defending my character. I am what I am. What you see is what you get, said Plato. My life is so good now I've never been happier. Yeah, so she OD'd. Plato played rich girl Kimberly Drummond on the popular sitcom about a white New York millionaire who adopts two black brothers. The series ran on NBC from 78 to 84. When Plato left after getting pregnant. Wait. It ran 2 more years on ABC without her. Plato said a woman who recently called Stern claiming to be the actress's lesbian lover and saying Plato was a drug addict was a liar. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Well, she seems to have been right that she was near death.
The woman who was Plato's roommate also had been interviewed by the National Enquirer, which reported Plato was missing and on a drug binge. Have you become a full-blown out lesbian, Stern asked. Well, heck no. No. This was just a good friend of mine. It's a total misunderstanding, Plato said. Plato cried twice on Stern Show when two sympathetic callers wished her luck. As soon as somebody was nice to her, she would start crying.
Burst into tears, that's right.
Yeah. After the interview, Plato and Robert Menchaca, her fiancé and manager, planned to head for Los Angeles, but stopped in Moore for a Mother's Day visit with his family. The town outside Oklahoma City was nearly flattened by a recent swarm of tornadoes.
They haven't had enough trouble in that town.
Plato took a nap, and Menchaca became alarmed. Menchaca? Yes. Became alarmed about 9:40 p.m. Saturday when she did not wake up. Menchaca's mother, a nurse, and her brother tried unsuccessfully to revive the actress with CPR. Toxicology reports won't be available for about 6 weeks. Wow. That's weird. Actress Dana Plato, who died of a drug overdose Saturday, told New York shock jock Howard Stern Friday she had been drug-free for over a decade. She came on the show to deny a former roommate's claim that she was her lover and that Plato had and then they go through the whole thing.
Well, you know what? She lied to us again there because they say it was 1991 when she robbed the video store.
Right.
And then a year after that, she was in trouble for writing faking prescriptions for Valium.
Yeah, right.
So that's less than a decade. We fell for every lie that could be told.
I don't know. She seemed pretty normal to me. What can I say? I could never be a cop. I don't suspect people.
How could you not know Dana Plato was wrecked like she was wrecked, man? Everybody knew she was stoned, man.
Well, I didn't.
Same room with her.
I didn't know.
Why didn't you call
Obviously, you didn't know. I tried to call you, man. About 50 other people called you, too.
A lot of people said they did. I said I didn't. I couldn't tell that she was wrecked. I can't even tell when the guy from Stone Temple Pilots was wrecked. I'm sorry. I'm not good at sniffing out people on drugs.
She was zoning, man. She was zoning on you, dude.
Yeah. All right, whatever. Well, you're a smart guy. You should have a radio show.
Many times Jackie will tell us that some guest in here was high, and I'll go, you're kidding.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not even sure that you know what the secret is, I think.
I didn't give her... I just said to her, you seem okay to me. I mean, she was talking. Let me tell you something. I smoked 3 hits of weed. I can't even talk.
Right, you're comatose.
So how do these people come in here all hopped up on all these drugs and get through an interview? They're on heroin.
They're pros.
What's the guy? Stone Temple Pilots guy, Scott Weiland, is on heroin, and I can't tell.
He does a great job. He comes in here, he sings, he's wonderful.
I know.
Of course, he's as small as anything.
Yeah, right, but okay. A lot of guys are skinny.
If you're going to tell a lie, that you should always tell a whopper, right? If she had come in here and said, I've been clean for a year, you might have questioned her.
But why?
If she comes in and says, I've been clean for 11 years, it's like, who would make that up?
I know. Who would be smart enough to make that
All
up?
of a sudden you're looking and you're like, wait a minute.
Well, all I know is I can never tell, and I know I take 3 hits on weed, light hits, and they have to bring me back to my hotel because I'm hallucinating. And this is me. I go, people put me in a car going 100 miles an hour, and I'm like, what's wrong? I'm so out of it if I take 3 hits of weed.
They have to cuff you and drag you out.
Yeah, they have to cuff me and drag me out. I say, well, the person is functioning. They look fine. She was functioning.
Howard?
Yeah.
I'm not even so sure she was high when she was here.
I don't think she was either.
Yeah, I think she was wired because they had a thing in the paper where they said she was on Valium because she suffered from high anxiety, whatever that is.
Right.
So she might...
Yeah, that's what I said. That didn't sound like a person who was on Valium.
She was too
I don't know.
Too up.
The biggest clue that she might have...
you out.
I know. Well, all I know is I'm talking to the broad, and she seemed fine. She looked good. She had a nice figure.
Yep.
The biggest clue something was wrong was the
nice
way
haircut.
Look fine.
She broke into tears like that both times. She went up and down so fast.
Yeah, well, I just figured she was nutty.
Right. That was
wacky.
That's what it said in the article. She was kind of emotionally...
unstable.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't really think... Hey, Benji, what is it?
Just everyone's assuming she did drugs now, but maybe she decided this weekend after everyone yelled at her and that she just gave up, and maybe that was this weekend.
Yeah, well, how do you have that stuff on hand, Benji?
It's just possible.
By the way, why do you think she didn't want to have a hair test? Because she has that stuff in her system. Silly. No, you don't just all of a sudden go out and do drugs.
Maybe she died.
Unless you want to kill yourself, which she wasn't trying to do. She wasn't trying to commit suicide.
Maybe unconsciously she was.
Oh, unconsciously, any person who smokes or drinks or, does drugs is trying to kill themselves.
With a seatbelt.
Yeah. But I mean consciously go in a room depressed and try and kill themselves. Get out of here.
Bye.
So silly.
Big help.
Big help. Unraveling another mystery, Benji.
Maybe she just decided.
Maybe she just decided to take drugs.
It wasn't
light
aspirin
bulb
she
went
OD'd
off.
on.
Yeah. No, I think she's got a pretty long history of that. All right, listen, I got to take a break. What is it, Baba Booey?
I just spoke to the guy that, booked Dana Plato on our show on Friday.
Yeah.
He was throwing this concert. And he's just telling me some pretty interesting stuff. He was like the last guy that spoke to her.
Yeah.
Before she died.
Uh-huh.
And he was saying that after she left our show on Friday, she needed some money for a hotel room.
Yeah.
So he wired her some money, like $400, and then she said she didn't have it, and she told him that it got sent in her luggage ahead, but she told her boyfriend that she got mugged after our show.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Well, I believed everything she had to say.
But here's really the most terrible thing of all.
I don't know if I want to hear that.
That other thing I told you?
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. Really.
I promised this guy we'd give out his phone number, and not because he wants more plugs, but because Dana gave out the wrong number when she was on her show for the concert she's doing.
Yeah.
Motorhead and Fang are playing in Chicago. You can call 312-409-3600.
Or maybe they could get Todd Bridges or Gary Coleman to fill in. Right?
Possibly.
Possibly.
There's an opening.
There it is.
They're available.
Boy, that was weird. I don't know, man. That's weird.
See, it's funny because Anne-Marie, who works on our computer, she was sitting there and she said, oh, my God, poor Dana Plato, I feel so sorry for her because of all the stuff that Dana was saying. And I said to Anne-Marie, I said, you know what, you should be lucky that you're not married to somebody who's an addict because I was getting the sense that's how they make you feel. They have a lot of stories, a lot of lies, and they make you feel sorry for them.
Yeah. But you do feel sorry for them because ultimately their lives are screwed up.
You should feel sorry.
No, I felt sorry for her, but I thought she was telling a lot of stories.
Whoppers, huh?
Yeah.
Whoppers. And meanwhile, I felt for every one of them.
We're gullible.
We're gullible.
Just come and take us.
I believe she was clean for 11 years. I did. I honestly did. I just know when I take 3 hits of weed, man, I'm a mess. So, she seemed pretty good. I mean, yeah, she seemed a little like she'd start crying and stuff. Here's a tape from the interview. She started crying when some listener was nice to her.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was mean to her. He was nice to her. But I just thought, well, maybe she's sort of like, wacky.
I want to tell Dana, I'm also recovering, and I believe in you. I believe everything you said.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
That's not a problem at all. And Howard, if she starts to cry, I'm sure you can console her.
Well, I liked it. She did start to cry again.
Thank you.
No onions in the studio.
She started to just cry. Just like that.
I did think it was weird, but I didn't think it was necessarily drugs.
Yeah, but you and I are really stupid.
We don't know about drugs.
No, we don't. And I've taken every drug. I've done them all, except for ecstasy. Never done that. So now, I know tons of people who do ecstasy all the time, and I told them what you did on the news the other day where you said that it leads to Parkinson's disease, and they're like, oh, right. Yeah, I'm going to be Michael J. Fox.
Typical drug-taking philosophy.
Yeah, because no one's willing to give up ecstasy.
Not me.
Yeah, oh, no, that's not going to happen to me.
I also read in the newspaper this weekend that it sometimes can cause your temperature to go up even in an air-conditioned room.
Ecstasy?
Yeah.
Even after you're done with it?
You take it. You're sitting in air conditioning. Your body temperature will rise.
Oh, I need that.
But what it works on is it releases serotonin.
That's what ecstasy does.
In the brain.
Uh-huh.
And that's what makes you feel sort of compassionate and kindly and empathetic toward everyone.
Oh, really?
And everybody has an opinion. If you get the pure stuff. It's like the old...
Right, but some guy mixing it up in a bathtub.
People are telling me if you get the pure stuff, it's too strong. And you got to take a quarter of a hit.
But when do you know you got the pure stuff?
Yeah, you got to get this MD-free or whatever the hell it's called. I mean, I've heard more about ecstasy in the last couple of months than I have about Star Wars. And I've heard a lot of junk about Star Wars. As you saw in the newspaper, Dana Plato, who was on our show Friday, talking about sort of how happy she is.
And that her life is better than it's ever been.
Overdosed.
Was that a big lie, too?
I don't know, but it's really kind of sad. She overdosed Saturday. They say she didn't try to commit suicide. She evidently was a drug addict. She told us she wasn't, but...
Well, they say, we were talking about those wisdom teeth, because she kept saying, do wisdom teeth count, do wisdom teeth count? She had the wisdom teeth out 4 months ago.
Yeah, it's usually on painkiller for 2 days after wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
My kids have had their wisdom teeth removed.
If you'd only taken the painkillers that prescribed at the time.
So Dana Plato died. And it's a little freaky because we just literally gave her a big hug on Friday and sent her on her way.
Yeah, we both hugged her. Happy.
All over the newspaper, it says that we were, of course, her last interview, which I I don't know if I'm proud of her or not, but I'm glad we at least got to speak to her.
Well, anybody else, they would be going, yeah, I got that last interview. We have to shy away and go, wow, I wish we weren't the last.
Yeah, because, right away.
We always get tagged.
Yeah, right. Well, for once, they didn't seem to tag us with anything other than just the last interview.
Yeah.
Which was nice. And actually, she seemed in pretty good spirits. I didn't think she was on drugs when we spoke to her, but everyone else thought I was the only naive one.
The only time we thought it was when she said she wanted her hair back.
Yeah.
After she left.
That got us a little nervous. Also...
But what could we have done? There was nothing we could have done.
I know.
If somebody came in here and told us they were on drugs, what could we do?
Well, Scott Weiland's always in here, and then he's right in rehab after. He said, there's nothing you can do. Anybody who knows the drug addict mentality, there's nothing you can do. But anyway, so she was here, and she was supposed to appear over the weekend in Chicago at some kind of concert, but that didn't work out.
And she was also supposed to be at some sex expo.
Yeah.
Not too long. So she had plenty of plans.
She did have plans.